team ban.
Everyone gets excited.
It is time for
like,
some
yes.
Dota 2. We got ourselves, just a recap, IG J.Storm. Slight having an edge here in the matchup, but I don't know after yesterday's loss. Say that's only true for TNC and Vici at the moment. The rest has already been climbed at least once.
Mirana first pick. We have a CK ban in the first 3, by the way.
Yeah.
Targeted ban for sure.
And I love that. Actually, I love this Conkalina. I feel like that's not only just a steal pick, but it's also just, it's in their comfort zone, right? I feel like we could look and we could be like, IG would pick those 2 heroes and be super happy because it's very flexible. You can do a lot with it. I'm really liking that opener from J.Storm right now.
Yep, and both of them indeed a nice steal, as we have talked about Kaka and JT on exactly those 2 heroes and them being standout ones for them. Let's see what the answer is for IG.
Can you just pick OD? It's a little weird.
This early?
It's just because of the thing that happened at TI, where I saw the Mirana ODs and the Kunkka ODs all over the place. Maybe I'm just still like trapped in my head a little bit because, and we haven't seen it.
I mean,
that
I'm
much,
down for it like 2nd or 3rd. First wave,
Okay.
I'm not gonna. They go for
Ooh, the Bane.
So Oli, Kaka.
I am so happy we mentioned that.
Yeah.
You know, as one of the heroes that was picked.
Yeah.
But it wasn't actually here. Like, have we seen it since then? No.
There's a lot of cool plays you can do with the Bane, right? You can mess with a lot of the combos, breaking the X. You can block a lot of damage that comes out from things a lot too with that sleep plays, and you're the setup. It's cool. It's a hero that I think has a really high skill cap if you're able to actually do those little type of quick plays. Fun one to watch for sure.
One of the few drafts that we don't see any one position. No alchemists, no gyrocopters, obviously.
Yep. And of those 3, I think Gyrocopter is the most odd one out.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, I guess alchemist is kind of.
Yeah.
People are really.
Gyro still feels really strong if IG is able to get it. Like your Bane Gyro, that used to be one of the classics. You're always able to set up your missiles and stuff like that. Then you have the Mirana too. Strong laner to kind of help. I like the Legion ban for the obvious reasons. You know, the Bane and a Mirana. You probably want to ban out the Dispels.
10 seconds remaining.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if I've seen Dragon.
I wouldn't put it past them. Definitely wouldn't put it past them. They might be considering that one.
Because I do think spell could. Which is also why I wouldn't rule out a 9 Slark.
They actually banned the Gyro themselves. I guess because...
Well, J.Storm has first pick after this, right?
I think J.Storm has first pick after, and also now that I go back and I look at IG, they would be picking the Gyro into the Kunkka and the Lina. People are really favoring Kunkka and Lina versus the Gyro, so I'm actually liking that they banned it instead of just even trying to go for it themselves or anything like that. So well with J.Storm.
5 seconds remaining.
I think just.
Radiant team pick. Tire team pick.
And, wait, oh my god, we didn't see the Chen's in the pool.
Got into the second phase.
Look at that, Ogre's the first 3 ban, not the Chen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty surprising that it makes it through the ban phase. So easy,
Yeah.
easy one to miss there. But yeah, there it is.
All right, go next.
Is it that strong? I mean,
What's Chen's win rate here? Do we have?
oh, I
have a
have the
number on that,
power.
right?
If you give me a second,
Take your time.
I'm gonna talk about what IG is planning with that.
Chen is really strong alone, but I think Chen also in combination with Kunkka, and now you still have future heroes that you can pick up to work well with Chen, to synergize well with it too. Like Rum plus Hand of God makes your team fights, you're very sustainable.
Who's the 5 Chen? Beer Chen? 90% sure it won't be a Brax Chen, which is something like a 33 alliance. But
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that.
Chen's win rate: 15 games played, 73% win rate.
it's quite good.
That is really good, especially for the amount of games that it's been involved in.
Higher ones.
Keeper of the Light's not doing too hot, by the way. 40% win rate with 35 games played.
35 games.
35 games.
35, yeah.
I think Mirana's like, what, okay?
Templar Assassin.
You want to continue with
TA.
the stats that I got for the TA?
Hit me.
All right, TA, 17 games played, 41% win rate. Not good.
No.
No. We've seen mostly the TAs. We've seen TAs have struggles in the lanes. And then some have been able to
10 seconds
recover in the jungle, and then some just haven't.
So many teams have been picking Dire TA.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
don't like Dire TA.
It's dire TA, and it's also into like, I mean, Torrent is pretty
Yeah,
good
yeah,
versus
just burn out
TA
the
throughout
reflection.
the whole game. And also, it's not the greatest when you're playing TA and you can't actually just burst these targets down. You jump on someone, they get either rummed, or you're gonna get like Hand of God and change it. Now there's an Alchemist also thrown in the pool. Do you take an AA and just move a Mirana or something like that? You're gonna need something to disrupt all this.
One step behind J.Storm in this draft so far.
Oh my God, they're getting Alch-Chened in third, fourth. Weren't people Alch-Chenning first
yeah,
too?
Yeah.
they were.
Oof. And I
But
Kunkka Lina
that
as
was
well
how
too.
TNC beat J.Storm, I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, this is a really good draft so far by J.Storm that I'm seeing.
Is this one of those games where, let's say you miss the draft, you come in late, you look at the game, it's like, wow, how did J.Storm get Kunkka and Chen and Alchemist and Lina in the same draft?
Yes.
Yeah, it does look like it.
Because it's like, it's not just the Chen and the Alchemist, because those first two are pretty good too.
Ooh, look at that though. So it is a 41% win rate for the TA, but they have won with it 100.
Ooh, wow, that is it.
That's quite a
I
stat.
didn't have that stat.
They got you
Kudos
beat.
to Mars. Yeah, they got me beat for sure.
So, and also the nice thing is Timbersaw's banned. So the other hero that a lot of teams are looking at to play versus that Alchemist is taken out too. But what are the other options? We've seen Lifestealer a couple times was played versus it.
Radiant team banned.
I'm gonna go with JT.
I don't think that solves your alchemy.
Definitely not just yet, no.
I'm not even like... Chen is beyond solving at this point. You've missed your window to beat the Chen problem. Now you just need to worry about the alchemy.
Yeah, but you
Oof.
don't want the AA anymore because you don't want to core
No.
Mirana.
No, you don't have a place to
10
put it.
seconds
You definitely don't.
Yeah.
What are the options for the carry?
Unless you AA3. But no, you already have the axe. No, I don't
Can't.
like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't. I think they're in a bit of a pickle here.
Yes. And from the looks of their faces, they think so too.
Like, do you just like all in and what do you get is your all in hero? Actually, because right now, what are they missing a lot on the side of IG? They're missing team fight. They're missing some push. And they're missing the counters to like Chen and Alchemist, and there's a Kunkka too. It seems really hard. They have too many things they need to fit with their last pick.
And it's a fly hero.
And it's their carry
There's a
hero.
lot of pressure on fly, and normally the ones that do well with the pressure that they've been given with their last pick are Emo and JT. So
The only hero that
rough
really
one.
stands out to me is Lifestealer.
which
And
gets
it's banned.
It's like the only one, and it's banned.
You can't jam a Juggernaut into this. Who else can do? Dude, there isn't even a 5th hero on J.Storm yet. You just have these 4 heroes, and
10
IG
seconds
are like
remaining.
paralyzed against this draft.
What would
very
J.Storm
low.
like? Like, if we were like letting go on IG for a second, what's that? Because J.Storm has overall last pick.
I think
Fire team pick.
They ban out the bat.
Batrunner's been getting banned so much. But
We've
I don't
not
think I've
really seen
him
it
play
picked,
like,
yeah.
at all.
What's
Definitely
good?
a tough hero. I mean, if you have TA and
Yeah,
you're playing
so
versus Batrider
could
and
just move it
Kunkka, it's
mid.
like, gee, you're in a world of hurt.
So what has Brax played so far this tournament?
Centaur, Enigma, Abaddon, Pudge,
10 seconds
Beastmaster,
remaining.
Slardar, Ogre.
You don't think they might just pick 9 some hero here?
5 seconds
You don't think it's a mid-
remaining.
Brax Kunkka?
I think it could be a Brax Kunkka, and they just pick 9 something else, a lane dominator. They know it's mid. They know TA's mid 100%, right? So
Sure.
you can just pick like a Razor, something like that, and you just, what the hell is TA gonna do?
Radiant team
Even though we saw Emo playing really well versus Razor in the first few levels the other day, I believe
Yeah,
it
that
was.
is
And I think
true.
they won that game
They
versus
did.
the Razor.
It's a drow. Now, we've seen the TA draw at work yesterday, and IG was on the receiving end of that, and that was really good. Like, that TA
Yeah.
crushed it.
Don't think you can pressure the Drow as much then.
Ooh, the
That's a
Venom.
space creating, and that makes TA's life on the left
Yes,
side.
it
100
does.
That is
It
TNC's
does.
draft on the left side.
Wait, did they actually, you think they played that in one of the
is it
games?
a 9 Veno? Is it a mid Veno? Brax picked up...
No, 9 Alk. 9
9
Alk.
out.
Ooh, Veno.
I've.
You think this is a draft that TNC has played?
It looks very similar to something that TNC has played. I mean, the Venom Answer is something they've played multiple times at this tournament. They're some of the few ones that's actually been doing it.
And they're the team that got the Chen Alk.
And they're the ones that got Chen Alk as well.
I don't know, it's Tonkalina. So why move Veno?
Maybe they move up the, like, who's playing where. Maybe 9's just the Alk player, and Alk moves not.
So will he go safe lane? Like, who's mid? Who's gonna go mid?
I think it's Moo,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, Moo's mid, 9 safe
Mhm.
lane, and then pressure lane, Brax Moose.
Hey, you could always put Alchemist there as well. You get some poison down later
First
on.
TA,
Yeah.
you get denied.
Ah,
She
I
gets
guess
like all the denies
that's
on you
true.
because they're minus armored and she has the refraction. Don't think they'll do that one, but maybe.
I trust you. Veno seems like a solid pick.
I mean, regardless of how they lane it.
Me too.
Analysts are gonna fight an uphill battle against J.Storm. Let's get into our first match of the day with LD and God.
Nothing touches.
Actually facing a very similar lineup, Drought, yeah.
Yeah, they're taking.
Maybe they take a page out of the book of the discarded Beast Coast.
I imagine they saw just how good the Drow is with some heroes. The TA, the Enchantress in that game. This time there's a TA and a support Mirana. Heroes to benefit. They can do as far as an Alchemist.
All right, guys, let's get ready. It's IG taking on J.Storm. Best of 3 showdown. Lots at stake here at the opening DPC major. J.Storm on the Radiant, IG on the Dire. A huge and not often seen commitment here as they send 4 heroes all the way down to get that deep lane ward, and it does go entirely undetected. There's an Alk in the game, of course, so These bounty rune shenanigans are amplified in their importance.
Yeah, they're trying to scout the lanes, and like you say, if they can get 3 out of the 4 bounty runes or something, it'd be great. But unfortunately for them, J.Storm, they're on top, so they were hoping perhaps J.Storm would contest the bottom runes, in which case IG would likely get 3 out of.
Look at this from Fear. Picks up the Lightstone early on. This is not a go-to Chen build.
We've usually been seeing the Headdress as the starting item. This gives him the 3 extra Tangos. The Headdress is like you literally just have a Headdress and nothing else. It gives him a Fairy Fire, so a little bit different. He must just feel like this is a better way to play the lane. Who's he?
With the Veno wards, maybe? The synergy there? Like physical right-click damage plus the -1.
Mu is up top still. J.Storm have not committed anyone to this bottom lane. There we go. Chen's going to pull the Veno in once they figure out what the lane is.
And right into an arrow. What a way to start the lane.
He saves the range creep. I actually think that's good for J.Storm because that arrow is not meant to hit him. It's meant to snipe the range
Do they
creep.
deny it? Let's see.
They should.
Oh,
There we
they
go.
got it. Easy. Tag team. So JT's going to start pulling down here.
Yep.
Yeah, this Orb of Venom build.
Yes.
Or, sorry, Blightstone. Pretty interesting.
The idea very much with this Veno pick is they wanted to lane against the Axe. Bottom lane, Kaka almost dead is going to TP out. He does die before the TP out.
The right clicks bring him down.
TPing too, so now he has to walk back to lane.
It was a Gale just into raw right clicks. The power of the Blightstone.
I think it was a long TP because Bane had previously TP'd top, it looks like. And that, I was like, I'm pretty sure he's going to TP out okay. And then the TP just kept on channeling, so really disastrous start for the Mirana.
Can JT salvage this lane? He's going to try to harass Fear a bit here, but Fear can just give him the right click in this level 1 battle hunger. Not very scary. Our top lane, we've seen some pressure early on Fly and Ollie, chewing through the Bane's mana. The mid lane, though, guys. This was the panel expected the Veno mid. And 9 to get some more protected farm, and that's not what we're seeing. So TA versus Alk.
Yeah, as Fog mentioned, you can definitely get some good denies on TA with the Refraction and the minus armor of the Acid, but so far Alk's holding his own. 8 CS to the TAs, 8 with 2 denies. TA about to get a wave under tower, though, so TA is slightly ahead, but you're not picking Alk to win the lane, you're just picking Alk as a mid to get some early levels, fall back to the jungle, and then power farm.
10-2 on the TA. We do already see an Ancient stack, so they've been on top of those as Fear is going to get pressured bottom. They've already committed the arrow, but they can just run him down with right clicks. Didn't try for the TP and won't make it out. Takes the punches. Mu coming in as JT denies himself to the tower, but Fear ends up getting the goal.
And Mu gets the experience, I believe, on his Veno. Mirana's level 2, so has leap charges now.
If you start to let this Veno snowball, the lane gets very annoying to play against.
Yes. For some more leaps, it looks like Kaka. Oh, can't juke behind that tree.
He's got a TP scroll. I don't know if he can just TP his way out of here. He's looking to be dead.
That's all.
One more leap with the salve. Okay, he'll commit everything to get out.
Those leaps have a long replenish time at level 1, so
45 seconds.
very annoying for the Mirana, who can't really play the lane without those leap charges. We'll just be spending more time in the jungle and perhaps trying to arrow mid, but you can't help the Axe when you don't have leap playing against Veno.
There is a ward towards mid, so they've seen Kaka. I think he just stepped into range. In any case, the call would have been made. He's off the lane bottom.
Yeah. I actually quite like the Mirana versus Alk matchup because you just arrow all the big
Arrow
creeps
coming in mid. Oh, if that hits, that's a kill.
Backing off in time, but yeah, the Alk's jungle that he can fall back to is missing a lot of these neutrals because Mirana has been arrowing all the big ones just for golden experience, so...
Just leaving him the scraps.
Yeah, he's going to have the scraps or he's going to have to go back to his other triangle, which you're totally happy with, but it's not really quite the same farm you'd otherwise get.
And she doesn't really need to lane bottom because Axe can just skip the wave. And if the Veno's chasing him, trying to fight him, he's not getting experience either.
Yeah, Veno's chasing this Axe really far here. This is a bit surprising because Veno is just missing waves at his tower and he can stop the Axe's TP unless he gets a TP support from one of his teammates here.
Yeah, it's got to come from that top lane.
Yeah. All right, JT's just going to TP out here once he feels the need to do so. He's being kited around. He wants this one wave before the TP.
He's a slow boy.
Did J.Storm glyph it or anything? Doesn't look like it.
Call. TP gets the plus armor. Oh! JT?
Oh,
one more wave?
Well, they both wasted their TP. He's going to die here, but he feels like it's worth it because Moo misses the wave of the tower. I think it's a win for J.Storm, though, because Fear is at least here to get the last hits and experience.
Also, Axe coming back right as the bounty rune spawn. Will he be there in time to try and secure these bottom? Fear is not making a move yet. Meanwhile, top lane, haven't talked much about this, but they're chasing out Fly. Bounty rune being grabbed by Ollie. He's got one. He should be able to get the other. No, he's not going to commit for it. So they get 3 out of 4.
Yep.
Not bad.
Good against the outcome.
And the jungle invasion continues. Emo's taken over 9's jungle.
Oh,
Level 6 already.
The other unmentioned thing about Moo canceling his TP, he's playing with the Chen, of course. Chen just pulls him back into the lane. So he walked back to Fountain, bought his items, gets pulled in by the Chen. Doesn't matter that his TP's on cooldown. So definitely a win for J.Storm, killing JT's Axe.
Knight's getting harassed here. Emo's gonna die for this with the traps coming in. A beautiful shot by the arrow. They get the out kill, slowing him down.
Kaka gets in the enemy out jungle as well, so he might drop some deep wards here. They're pinging, Nine's pinging like, hey, look, there's this Mirana here.
Can we get this infestation out, please?
Yeah. They would have seen the ward in Mirana's inventory, so they likely know it's warded. It's just they won't maybe know where it's warded. Fear misses the first sentry. We'll see if he latches on with the second one that he's got there, or if he just holds on to it.
Just scouting out for now. Does find Mud Golem to add to the crew.
No, that's 3 last hits for Alpha you're taking away with the Mud Golem. With the Greevil's Gree, that's the one
true.
you don't want to take from the out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But he wants some neutrals to do stuff with, and there we go. He does end up finding the Observer Ward. Leaves
He's
it for the
gonna
out.
leave it for his out.
Nice.
Man, what a guy.
Yeah. Greevil's Gree.
All-American hero indeed. You know, bottom lane, JT continuing to creep skip. He'll just TP right back where Emo and him are gonna farm up at the shrine. Already level 8 on Emo, and well ahead of the Alka net worth.
He's with the Ancient stacks there. Emo very happy. The double damage. He can farm Ancient so easily now. He wants to kind of take over this Radiant jungle as well, it looks like. Give up his lane to one of the supports.
Ollie with that defensive sleep. There's a good gust away. It looks like he's out of there. Meanwhile, mid. Dive onto Moose. They're going to drop the trap. Coming in with the melt shot. Another arrow connection. Kaka scores the kill. So IG heating up here in the laning stage. Still down in net worth, but you're up against an Alk, so if you're close, then you're happy.
Absolutely. We'll see how they fare with this decent laning stage start, because heroes like TA and Axe, this Venom was picked to kind of counter them. There's so much damage over time, so many annoying things to play into.
Kaka trying to contest these neutrals. Got to respect that acid spray, though. It's going to leap out once, leaps out again. Fear is just there with the right clicks. There is another leap available. Kaka doesn't want to blow it, and he'll just barely make it back to safety.
Yep. He took at least 2, I think 2 out of the last 4, including the big ones.
Very nice.
JT TP up in 1. He's going to TP out. Time and time again. JT being chased by Moo. JT TP's out. Moo TP's back to farm.
And the tower getting tickled here, at least taking some damage, also preventing the Veno from pushing that much.
Yep. I mean, if you play the lane, Veno just destroys Axe. So this is Axe making it kind of an even-ish farm.
Kaka.
Yep.
X is there. This time he won't get away.
Emo comes in, snipes some of the Chen creeps, and they want some kills here. Fear in trouble. He's just level 3.
But Lina's also here.
Yep.
So too is the Drow. Everybody rotating in. 2 hero stun from the pit.
They may go for Moo instead. Moose, I should say.
Moose.
Moo and Moose.
Moose is going to mosey on out of there, but Mirana coming in with the arrow. Will connect. Emo gets off the melt shot, and that should be the death of Lina. Pops the fairy fire. No dice.
Emo's crushing this game with CA.
This could be a kill opportunity. JT's got an invis. There is no detection. They did not see this grab. They get the call too. Here comes Emo. Big kill if they can bring down Moo. Level 7 already. And with a chop, they lop off his head.
Really nice kill.
They're leading in net worth against an Alk. Gotta feel good if you're IG.
Yeah. So the Alk is going to look to start taking off. He's got level 8. He's got the stacks with Acid Spray. He'll very quickly skyrocket in terms of farm, but we'll see. He's looking at that, 12 to 13 minute radiance if he wants to hit a good timing on it. But
do you feel like they have the tools to deal with him? Like you said, they've slowed him down, but they're not going to stop him.
they kind of do, but the problem is their answers to him, like some of the bursts of the TA Drow with all their damage output, these are heroes that may struggle to play against, like the Veno, for example, that can counter the Axe. The Kunkka has some damage block, so they have tools to deal with Alchemist, but J.Storm also has some ways to ensure the Alch has a good game, and of course, the Chen with the Alch amplifying up all that health regen of Alchemist makes him nearly unkillable.
IG trying to keep the pressure up here. They're moving on to Mu down bottom. Kaka thinking about an arrow. Initiation, they're converging with 3. The traps come in, and again, the pressure's on the Veno. This means Alch can free farm, but JT tries to get in range for a Berserker's Call. Can't quite do it. He's just a slow, lumbering oaf.
I was looking at his item build. I was like, oh, he got Phase Boots and Windlace to try and deal with the
he's
Veno
still
flow.
slow.
Not enough.
You're almost better just not even buying boots.
Yeah, I think Kaka threw his arrow a bit early. He was expecting Veno to hard commit for the rune, so he lined it up on the rune, and Veno was just like, I'm not dying for this. And as a result, like, if you chased him with the arrow, it should be, it's a pretty easy arrow if you line it up.
JT wants to rush the blink here.
Yeah,
We usually see more of like a tank build, but he is their main initiator.
playing against Veno, you're just never going to be able to phase boots in and get a call off. So the blink feels kind of essential, even though Veno can also counter the blink with Plague Wards. It at least allows you to make some plays.
Radiant Scan did hit Pater up top. They try to make a dive. Torrent had a little fish, catches out Ollie.
JT's just cutting waves time and time again. Anytime he sees Kunkka Lina on the map, he's just able to play as aggressive as he wants behind the enemy tower.
They did Moonlight Shadow, but this rotation by Kaka was already scouted by that Observer Ward in the Dire jungle. So he swings on towards mid, but there's nobody home. 9 just in the jungle. 3k gold. Now point ahead of the TA. I'll have the relic soon.
Fear's bought so many sentries for the Radiant team to try and secure the Alch's jungle that right now Alch has pulled himself back on the first in terms of net worth. Fear had 4 or 5 sentries before, now just a couple, but Radiant Vision is all defensive. Their jungle secure the Alch's farm.
He is ahead. He's not that far ahead, but that'll change with this Radiance. Deso is coming soon for TA.
Yep.
Can IG make some plays? Find out momentarily. They still are a ways off the blink of JT. So without that, it's basically Moonlight Shadow to start a fight reliably.
Yeah, and Drow's not farming particularly well. I think Flyfly spent too long trying to play the lane and only now is going back into the jungle. Is farming under a ward, but at this point, that Radiant ward doesn't do a whole lot since I don't feel J.Storm are looking to play too aggressive unless they go for some kind of smoke maneuver.
Seems unlikely.
Yeah.
They get the bots on the Veno. This is really an item to just be able to constantly farm and, you know, push out the lanes.
Their initiation's the Kunkka X, which is still just level 1, so until they get more points on Kunkka, it's hard to make plays.
Emo's already into the pit. 12 minutes in. They're looking for an Aegis. Great to deny this to an Alch too if they can pull it off. J.Storm doesn't seem to have a clue just yet. It's a very early Roche. It's a very early Desolator.
Yeah, Drow is pretty good for enabling this. Plus 71 attack speed on TA at this stage with Deso is insane damage output.
Cleanly secured Aegis for Emo. Nice beginnings for IG. Still actually up on J.Storm. Pretty... I don't think we've seen many out games where he's had relative free farm and not had his team on top at this point, but they're doing it despite not taking towers.
Yep. Yeah, I think for J.Storm, it's often the classic Alch thing where Alch can have a good game and get his farm, but can his teammates? Veno, Boots of Travel already online. This is the build we've been seeing for the most part. Just this lane shoving, greedy farming, space creating Veno that's... I mean, he's going to come online, and he is keeping up with the Drow and the Axe for the most part. So I think J.Storm not too worried about how things are going for Moose game. Both their supports are really struggling. Like, you see where Mirana is at, because Mirana's got to farm these lanes while Drow and TA hit the jungle. Neither of these J.Storm supports have anything at the time.
The big thing is this JT blink. He's very close. And can IG make plays when they get it?
Yeah.
It's tough against the Veno lane, that's for damn sure. There's just a line of Plague Wards blocking any sort of movement in.
Feels like J.Storm just are going to have a real lack of stuns to make plays with. Like, this Bane could theoretically go off in a bite just because he's going to be sitting back, bean scripting the Alchemist. If they don't save like an LSA or a Kunkka Torrent for that bean script, and often they're going to be initiating with this Kunkka.
Here comes the Blink debut, but Moo is already snaking his way back to the tower. JT worming his way through the trees, has the Quelling Blade to dig in a bit deeper. Look at the positioning. They have scanned him, scouted him out, and while this is happening, J.Storm making a smoke towards top. The Moonlight Shadow gets popped. Might be closing on this bottom lane momentarily. Bounties are spawning. Trap gets deployed. Will Kaka go for it? He wants to snag it, but there's a surprise waiting for him. The X catches him up on the high ground, reeling back in the Mirana. She will go down, but she got the bounty.
That's worth it against an Alchemist. They get the T on bottom as well while that's going on, so
3 for them again. I think they've gotten 3 the last 2 times at least.
Yeah,
the first one was a 2 for 2. So they get the tower as well, as you mentioned, Gods, and they're going to rotate on mid.
Yep. Still a very even game. This 2K gold lead is going to quickly disappear or get enhanced depending how this first fight goes. Missed blink call from JT means Moo gets back to safety.
Yeah, Alex already got his blink. Has the 2 points in concoction now. Going straight into a heart.
The item,
Chen,
yeah.
You know? No AA in this
lot.
game. It's a good time to be an out.
I'm wondering, there's no Spirit Vessel coming up on IG, it looks like. Mirana bought the Urn of Shadows, but isn't looking to upgrade it right now.
She may be regretting that soon.
Yeah, I wonder. They feel like they want some more setup and playmaking with this Eul's pickup, but Spirit Vessel would be very nice against Out.
Does give them another way to start the fights.
Yep.
Because JT's had a tough time finding these openings since he got his blink. They do scout out Moo under a trap, going for the TP away. Can JT get there in time? Oh, close but no cigar, and they're going to lose a tower for it. So tier 2s both traded in the safe lane.
Yep.
IG trying to make something happen while they still have this Aegis.
Brax gets in the trees. He's going to look for a TP out.
Oh, this Chen army getting massacred.
JT blinks up, doesn't find anyone, and yeah, Chen will lose some creeps, but J.Storm will be happy that they're just trading towers and getting some more farm on the Alp. Even though he's got this Radiance blink, they're not quite ready to go for a full-on team fight just yet.
After he gets hard, is that go time? Or do you just keep on farming and take it slow?
Let's see, what are they kind of just want to play this farm, the map kind of all right now, it feels like to me. They will have the levels in Kunkka's X now at least, so 3 points a spot. Gives them some playmaking capabilities, but yeah, wait out this Aegis, and I think they'll make moves with like with smokes basically. They need to be the ones getting the jump.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's go time. They've got pretty much the boots to travel one lane and then can just TP in to join the fight.
9 closing in on the Reaver. Already 2,500 gold. That's a nice pick up for him. As you mentioned, the Veil is now online. He's going to TP back. It seems like they want to hold this top tier 2. And the whole team is smoking that way.
Aegis is expiring in 15 seconds. That's why they're going for this.
Oh, blinks out. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows it's not safe here anymore.
This is a small window for J.Storm to fight. The TA doesn't have Aegis and BKB isn't online yet. Emo hasn't queued anything up, but yeah, there we go. He just queued up the BKB. Until he has this, he's very vulnerable. There's so much to break Refraction instantly. The Torrent, there's the Radiance damage, there's the Veno damage over the time. It's very hard for him to get defensive impact out of that spell.
Well, they'll hit a nice power spike with the double BKB. Drow, I believe, also just completed hers. Flying out on the courier now.
I like that Drow's just chilling and farming. If this does go late, the Drow could be this answer to the Aug, the Veno. None of these heroes easily get on top of the Drow. So, you know, 6-slotted Drow Ranger is going to quickly become the late game assurance that the TA maybe doesn't provide. And even TA scales a lot better than she used to with things like the level 25 Meld Hit Bash talent.
Sounds like you think this IG lineup should scale better if this goes quite late.
Yeah, I feel like right now it's like going 60-40 IG with where things currently stand. It's still very winnable for J.Storm. We're just not seeing them make plays, make moves. It's 5 kills apiece. They're being slightly out-farmed. I'm not sold on what the Veno's going to bring to the table, but we'll see. He's annoying. He's definitely doing a good job just keeping these lanes shoved and keeping up his farm.
never took a tower in his lane, which is what we've usually seen from the Veno picks, is eventually that tower drops. But
Yeah.
the Axe creep skipping really threw him off.
He hasn't had any heroes playing around him, so anytime he doesn't feel safe going close to these enemy towers, when any rotation from a Bane with Fiend's Grip, a Mirana Arrow can pick him off.
Basically, any 2 heroes can kill
Yep.
him, aside
Or
from
even-
maybe the 2 supports.
Yes. We saw the TA rotate and kill him once, so yeah, not an easy game for him.
They got a pipe. Very nice against Veno.
Yeah, and I think IG happy just to play on the parts of the map where they have vision and control, the mid and the bottom side. The good news for J.Storm being on Radiant is second Roshan's going to be a lot harder for IG to get. This time around, 2 bounty runes apiece. IG not even going to risk going for any of those top ones.
I do kind of compare this game, guys, to like that TNC Bounty Hunter outgame where he was like 3x the net worth of anyone else. He's like 2,000 gold ahead right now.
Yes.
It's not much of an advantage.
It's had very little jungle farm because of the early lost towers and that bottom part of the map taken away. But both teams going to smoke up, Moonlight Shadow up. It's go time.
Nine's coming in from behind.
Got that Heart of Trash.
Come the bots. Oh, the prized Venomancer just gets caught out in the wrong neighborhood, but Alk's coming in. They want to try to take this fight. He got off his ultimate. BKB's coming through. They get the grip on Nine, locking him down. Instantly bursting him. There's no backup. The boat's way late, and now it's a headlong retreat. Arrows plunging into the heart of Moose. They'll chop him up too. A clean win and a disastrous time for that TP.
Yeah, both teams smoking up, and it was the double BKB timing. You mentioned how strong IG was going to be with it LD, and they showed it right there. There was no answer to it. Bane had a full duration Fiend's Grip, and that's the problem. There's so few stuns on this J.Storm side, and often they're being used to initiate that. If Bane positions well, he's going to get these good Fiend's Grips off.
You mentioned the map control. We're going to see more of it disappear here, potentially, as they are sieging. Not ready to commit, though. These heroes coming back pretty soon. So Emo actually backs off. The other 3 will think twice, retreat, and work towards their next item. Yep. So Spirit Vessel also on the way. Kaka's got the gold for it now if he wants it.
Yeah. The Yule's not really slowing this key item down all too much. He'll still get it. The Yule's is also very nice against the Kunkka X. It means you can't be as greedy with those X plays when you want to run out to farm a lane.
I feel like J.Storm need a lot of items on this Alk right now. He doesn't even have a BKB, and we saw the physical damage is a big problem.
Yeah, he needs armor, he needs a BKB.
Needs like another damage item probably to actually reliably kill anyone in BKB.
He's got the AC BKB queued up, but
another smoke. They want to make their move, and they're going to start it off quickly on the out. Locking him down, bursting him down. They haven't finished him off yet. They're chasing for him, though. The trap's deployed. The Alk is dead again. He can't stand against the damage, even with those supports behind him. Now Moo backing off. The arrow's up soon. They've got the Yules to cancel a TP. They're going to lose the Veno, and JT chasing for fear. Chasing him, punching him, and slowly beating him down. They're going to lose the old man as well. No match for the big axe. 3 dead. Game feeling very hopeless at the moment.
yeah, they just burst down the Alk of the Star. He almost started to get away until Mirana showed up with that Starstorm damage. The healing just not quite enough, and IG just pick him off one by one, ending up with the Chen. Fear saying, where am I, guys? Stuck in the jungle. Where's my team? And now it looks like they may even try to go high ground.
As though they didn't have enough damage already. Emo, Crystallis ready. Butterfly coming soon on Fly. TA is right there with the Alk's net worth. Actually pulls back ahead at only 23 minutes, and they're going to lose all outer towers.
Yep. A tier 2, a tier 3, which means shrines will be claimed, which also means this next Roshan should be IG's. Very hard to contest it without the. There's a big fight. You often want to be able to buy back and TP to these shrines, whereas IG still have theirs, and they're already in the pit, and they kill this. They'll kill this before J.Storm can even get there.
And make no mistake, this is a classic 4 protect 1 strat. They don't have a secondary carry. Veno is not going to carry this game unless IG get really sloppy and dive the fountain. You know, it's a support Lina who hasn't had all that much farm.
Yeah. And you
it's got to be the Alk.
Yeah, and you mentioned it's like he was only 2 or 3k gold ahead of the TA. It feels like that's where most Alks would have been like 10k plus ahead, and the game would look even. He was 2k ahead, and the game sure as hell isn't even. Now he's behind TA in terms of farm.
It goes back to a lot of little things. Kaka messing with his jungle, the TA lane matchup, that early death. the denial of stacks where possible. All those little incremental punishes on the AUK, they pile up to this position.
Well,
can they claw their way back in?
They need to just avoid team fights, play in their high ground, defend the base at this stage of the game, I'd say. With Aegis and Cheese on the dire side, you can't risk getting caught out. But the problem is that means AUK isn't really progressing in terms of farm. He needs to find parts of the map where he feels safe and secure.
They want to go on Moo. Leading with Kaka, Moonlight Shadow coming through, drops the ward. Can they catch him? There is no tower. There's a ward up the hill. They have vision. I don't know if you want to dive that, though. That's a little ambitious.
They see 9 top, I believe, but he gets pulled out, and they want to secure bounty runes. They should get all 4 here.
That's problematic if you're losing the bounties at this stage with an AUK.
But they were hoping for just like a pick-off. Unfortunately, just a Bane pick-off is not the biggest kill, but they buy some time, perhaps. I don't think IG will rush into a high ground push, at least until Bane's back. They want to have that Fiend script for the Alchemist.
IG looking to challenge that assumption as they're just steamrolling down mid. Bane's going to be up soon.
Okay.
Chen will also be up soon, but
they say screw it, let's go.
They just think they're stronger. They've got the Aegis, they've got the completed data list. They're chunking through these melee racks. Do they fully commit, though? Emo getting reeled back into a stun, into a Gale, and he just runs forward. He knows he has the BKB. He knows he has the second life. He's already gotten 1 melee.
This
Do they stick around?
So
the Blade call. And now looking for more. Moo getting pumped with arrows. Finished off even through the hand of God. It's not enough. The mech was blown there, too. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And like you said, this melt, the spell,
gets rid of the Gale.
Veno does nothing.
Like, okay, I'm Galed. Insta-meld. Okay, no longer Galed.
The Veno is useless now against the TA. Who's going to stop this push? It's basically checkmate. Like, there's no big play here. There's like a boat. Maybe it hits a few, but they've got BKBs. They've got an Aegis. Arrow off the mark. A lot of spells missing for IG. They just don't care. Emo keeps on going. 9 running out of mana also, so he can't even get off an unstable concoction. He's got to go back to the well in Chemical Rage. And that gives Emo all the opening in the world to take a second lane. And IG just looking clinical. He'll deny his own Rex.
Wow.
Well, you can't win them all, but you can at least make them feel less good about winning this one. That's 2 lanes.
Walk on out. They still have a full minute of Aegis, so they might even go for top here. I don't even think they need a creep wave.
I don't think we've seen an AUK struggle this much. We've seen teams lose with AUK.
Yep.
But to be this poor and unable to man-fight anybody, I don't even know if he can man-fight the X right now. He's going to try. BKB, pop by Fly. Didn't want to get caught there by an unstable concoction. Emo also trapped. The Lina stun a bit early as he meld dispelled the X.
I think you can. I think it was maybe mistime.
Well, did he not pull him back then?
I did not see. I can.
I think you can. Oh, it looked like it anyway.
Okay. X is not dispellable, but...
Okay. Not sure what happened there.
Well, either way, J.Storm's base in tatters, even with this top lane still standing. Feels like they've lost all hope of turning this game around. Ooh, okay. Don't look at Dota plus win probability.
Are we off the map?
Come on, Observer, I said not to. We are done and dusted according to Uncle Gaben.
All right. Make it quick, IG. Get us to game 2.
You know,
or throw it and make it fun, but do something.
Yeah, the whole what can J.Storm do? Apparently there isn't anything. Well, feels inevitable. If they want to wait for another Roshan, they can, but I don't think they necessarily need to with how easily they've taken a few lanes of racks already. More likely they're just picking up their next couple of items. Vlad's on Mirana. You know, TA with MKB and Deso. Drow with something coming out of the Courier, I want to say. Has a Hurricane Pike just picked up, so yep. And Moo's about to be picked.
Moose, thank you very much. IG will grab that kill. The bottom lane shoves back in. The top lane, ideally the one they want to finish off. There's still low range racks in mid. Biding their time, looking for the clean initiation. J.Storm slither out of the base, but JT is there to punish. Moves into position, goes for the blink call. 9 blink, all right, I was able to just run away in time, but the chase is on now. He's heading north, and while that's happening, Emo and Fly find a pick-off here on Fear. There's a DD rune up top. Bounty roots have spawned, but they just don't care. They're going in with the blink call, looking for the Brax Kunkka. They find him, arrow combination. Benno commits, but they don't really give a hoot. IG bring him down. They will take the melee. They will take the range. They can rotate on mid for the megas. Well, clean, clinical display. Alk Chen looking very frail in this game.
It was 100% before the megas. I don't know what it is now.
150, they have a decent shot at just getting a 2-for-0.
I'll kill the Alk, and this should prompt the GG.
Look to slay the beast.
Will they kill him? Maybe not.
He's tanky with the boat. Sleep. Arrow. There's the Yules. Try to keep him alive a bit longer. Brax can't stand against the damage, though, even if they manage to keep the Alk alive until JT comes in with the call. And the GGs are called indeed. J.Storm getting smashed here.
Rampage in 2. Benno's coming back. No, not the throne. Oh.
Good.